ねもしも全て投げ捨てられたら笑って生きることが楽になるのまた胸が痛くなるからもう何も言わないでよ
His gift to you. It was a quietly boring day. The boy was nowhere to be found. Looking and looking, he still could not be found. Better leave the broadcast room before it gets too dark to get home. Why in? You were suddenly crashed into by... Oh, Tsukasa. Where'd you go anyway? I was sent somewhere to get you, a special present. And what might that be? This. He started to pull his hand away from out of his back. The image came into mind. It was horrifically beautiful. His gift to you was a withered rose taken from the unpopular garden club. How thoughtful of you, Tsukasa. It's beautiful. Thank you. His lips pulled up into a genuine smile as he flew around excitedly. Yay, I hope you'd like it. After his joyful flight, he stood in front of you, taking the flower from you as you were about to say something. He snapped the rose in half. What? Hang on. He smiled at you once more as he came closer to your face and raised his hand toward your hair. He then pulled away after tinkering with it. He grabbed a mirror from the table. Look here. You glanced at yourself in the mirror. The reflection showed yourself with a wilted rose in your hair. Tsukasa smiled when he saw the mystified look you presented on your face. You look prettier than the flower. It just adds to your beauty, you know? You smiled at him. Thanks, Tsukasa. Do you promise? Tsukasa's POV. It's so boring without Wine here. When is she coming back? I don't like when she's away. It's not exciting. Tsukasa, are we creating a new rumor today or sooner? Sakura asked. I mean, Sakura is not that boring, but Wine is much more fun to be around. No, not today. Another day? Don't have any in mind. Sakura went silent. Good thing I only want to hear Wine's voice right now. Third person POV. You were humming your way down the broadcast room. You had that one song by Kate Bush stuck in your head. She wanted to test her husband. By the time you finished singing the song, you were at the broadcast door. You twisted the knob and stepped in. Tsukasa, I'm here. He ran into you before you could turn around or finish your sentence. I finished the school for the day. You laugh, a pivot around to his face. Missed me, I assumed? He looked up and gave you a look. No, I wanted you to leave and never come back, he says in a sarcastic manner. Oh really? Then I should leave. You tease him by shrugging your shoulders and turning around towards the door. Tsukasa, shocked by your actions, runs up to meet you, whining, hugging you tightly. No, I was kidding, don't go. You smiled and put your forehead on his. I was just kidding, I'd never leave you. He smiles too. Promise? You hesitate. Do you really promise? Liar. You've been thinking for a few seconds. Tsukasa thought you were rethinking everything. But you slightly were. Look at all he's done just for you to be with him. It's scary how much he needs you. Wyan, he stares at you, getting upset. Wyan, you blink a few seconds to make it seem like you snapped out. He stares into your soul, eyes black, face neutral. Do you promise? You just had to lie to him. You didn't want to tell him your thoughts or hurt him. Sorry, I tapped out. Yes, I promise. He smiled and hugged you again. It takes him a while for what seems like forever to stop. You gently pat his back and lets you go. I have to get going. Goodbye, you two. His eyes locked on you as you exited the broadcast room. Sakura? She looks up from her book. Yes? He looks at her with dead eyes. Wine wasn't lying, right? She felt a drip of cold sweat on her neck. I don't believe so, no. They were, weren't they? He smiles, giving off a negative demeanor. Yeah. I believe they were. Aha, what a liar. He laughs some more. They break me. How defiant can they be towards me? He stops laughing and smiles. Okay then, let's play a game, Ryan. He looks toward the door. It's called Break and Build. Does it sound fun? We'll play the breaking part. I'll break you like you broke me. Unintentional meetup. I stand by the door. I hear the words, break you, and a cold sweat drop drips down my back as I gulp down the saliva building up in my mouth. I scamper up the stairs and to the upper floor, but I lose my way and find myself at the top of the rooftop on the building. How'd I even lose my way? I know the way up, so why'd I lose myself up here? I head back to the doors of the rooftop, but I find myself escalating, trying to get them open. Strangely, sure, they weren't locked when I came up here, but maybe they locked from the inside. I let out a hushed hello, and to no surprise of mine, no one answered, but I tried again. Is anyone there? I waited for a minute or so. No one replied to my isolated question. The bell rang. I glanced at my watch and it read 12 p.m. It's lunch. Maybe someone will come to eat or hang out. At lunch, the rooftop remained quiet and secluded. The bell rang a while ago, with no hope of anyone freeing me from the roof. I sigh and sit down by the wall beside the door. I hear a jingle from the inside. The door is open. I stay behind the door as I peek around to see who the person was who opened the door. Is that Hanako? What's he doing up here? Hey, is that you, Hanako? He turns around and I see the white seal on his cheek. That's Hanako. Huh? Oh, it's you. I walk up to him. How's Yashiro doing? He blinks at me. Oh, she's doing alright. I gave him a pat on the shoulder. Only God knows why. Thanks for opening the door. I was stuck here for a while. I give him a quick smile and walk off towards the door. Wait. I turn around and raise an eyebrow. You and Tsukasa, what's your relationship with him? I mean, we're friends, I guess. It seems like more than that. So he loves me. What's your point? He looks to the side. Just wondering. He looks at me and starts to walk towards me. I back up a bit, but he walks straight ahead as I follow him out the rooftop door. He turns around and puts a hand on my shoulder. Be careful around him. He's dangerous. I nod and we part ways. Well, that was an interesting thing. I don't think what happened today. I pull out my watch and check the time again. It reads 1:45 p.m. Jeez, how long have I been here? Really? I might as well just head home for the day. There's not much going on at school today anyways. When I got home, I plopped myself onto the couch and turned on the TV. After a long while, I got bored, so I made myself dinner around 4:30 p.m. I had stayed up till 3 a.m. last night, and I was ready to go to bed. I headed to bed early, closing my eyes. I let myself sink into the calming state of mind that we all call sleep. Dream state. I wake up in my bed, in the middle of water-filled circle. The area beams with bright colors that hurt my eyes. I get up and I walk out towards the colors, but it just goes on and on. I keep walking, and I reach another bed, quite similar, looking to the first one I woke up in. It's like a loop. I keep finding the same looking bed. I've even tried going the opposite direction I'm going in, but I've always come back to the same stupid bed. In the end, I gave up and I lay back down in the bed, my legs feeling restless and my head feeling heavy. Everything goes black as I close my eyes. No more bright colors, just silence. I hear ringing in my ears and a shock goes through my body as I jolt up. I'm in my bedroom, my alarm clock is going off and the sun is peeking through my curtains, telling me to wake up. The alarm reads 5 a.m. Why do I set it to 5? And it's not like I have to get ready super fast and early. I'm no morning bird. I sit up, getting a sudden head rush. I head to the kitchen and get myself a glass of water. I open the cabinet to grab some Advil. I search around in the cabinet until I realize that I'm out of it. And I sigh. I grab the cereal out of the cabinet next to the other one and pour in the cereal, then the milk. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I sit down at the table and let my mind run. That was the weirdest dream I've ever had in a while. Where was I even in that dream? It seemed like I've had that dream before, but I can't seem to remember. Is my memory fading? I stop my trail of thoughts and check my phone. I scroll through the social media apps, play Subway Runner, a rip-off Subway Surfers. I don't know why I decided to play the rip-off, maybe just because rip-offs are funny to play and look at, trying to be original, which it did an okay job at. It's finally time for me to head off to school. I walk down the streets listening to a playlist with alternative music until I find myself at the school gates. I pull out my earbuds and put my stuff in my locker, taking out the stuff that I need for my classes, pencil, eraser, binder, etc. I sit in my seat and the bell rings. Hats off to another school day. I hear it clatter during class, but I ignore it. I assume it was some student falling out of their chair or desk, falling up the stairs. I look over Yashiro, who seems sweaty and brimmed with nervousness. I lift my eyebrows at her, and she gives me a nervous smile, then shrugs. And I see him, Hanako, appearing in the doorway and motioning her over. She shakes her head and motions him to wait until class is over, to which gives me a sign frustration, to which he gives a sign frustration and panic. Just what the hell happened? Okay, I am so sorry. I had no idea that this was left off a cliffhanger. It says sorry and goodbye. The author says, I'm really sorry to tell all of you who like this fanfic series, but I'm going to end it. I know I left it on a cliffhanger. So we're going to run through all the ideas that might have happened. Yep, okay. So personally, and this is just my opinion, I think that Tsukasa did something like bad. Like, I'm not really sure what, because I haven't seen the series, but I think he did something bad to get back at you for lying. And Hanako and Yashiro know what happened. I think they know what's going on, and that's why they're all panicked and stuff. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, by the way, this was requested by somebody who I cannot remember. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye, loves.